Hi Honours Group, hope you're excited for your class today. I'm excited to do it with you guys. This is a good one. It's one of my favorites. We're looking at reporting and presenting information. So one of the key things, and you'll see the learning outcomes on the slide, but one of the key things when you're looking at sports science tests, one, obviously picking the correct tests for the specific sports or demands of the sports or the athlete is key, but that's not the focus of this class. And then the process is to be able to interpret that data correctly, to ensure that you're interpreting it meaningfully, so that if there is a change or a improvement or not, that you're interpreting that correctly. That's next week's class. We're really going to focus on a lot of that stuff. But today is really more about how do you organize and present that test data. One, so that it's following good scientific principles, but two, so that it's also effective for coaches and athletes to understand. It's not just one thing that you can just kind of hand over a bunch of numbers and that's effective. That's really not how we want to do it. We want to make sure that the coaches and athletes get a really good buy-in into understanding those results, into then paying good attention into the interventions that are needed post those results, and there's different ways in which you can do that. So through this class you should be able to then demonstrate like different electronic spreadsheet skills. That as an example is something like Excel is really effective. It's an awesome tool, but obviously there's tons of other management systems that are out there at the moment, something like Smarterbase that some of you guys would have had some exposure to. So really from today's class you should be able to manage and describe and interpret some of those reports, test data, and be able to present it in such a way that it's understandable and easy to understand for coaches and athletes, and so they will then want to assist with really buying in and helping with those interventions that are needed. You also need to then be able to take that data and that information and apply it within a real life environment. So when we're then prescribing exercise interventions after any kind of testing, it is really important that we prescribe specifically so that we're not improving different test scores, but that we're improving an athlete's performance on the field or in the pool or in whatever environment is needed. So as an example, if an athlete is testing very poorly on explosive power, we don't want to just improve their jump test score. We want to improve their ability overall in explosive power, so that improves their speed or their starts off the blocks or whatever the case may be. So that's really what today's class is focused on. You will then be required to do a task. We've attached the raw data for you, or not actually the raw data, we've attached the data for you. The raw data has been worked out for you, so just in the interest of time, as I know you guys have to go through the readings and so on, so where there's a explosive power or a jump and reach score, instead of it being the raw data, we've worked it out for you, because we're also not 100% certain if you guys have all those formulas accessible to you at the moment. So you will have all that data. You're then required to put it into a tabular format that is easy and effective for coaches and athletes to understand, as well as graphical format that would be effective for coaches to really understand where their athletes are sitting at. Any additions that you have to that data, whether it's ideal scores or other ideas that you have that you want to add in, you'll see some examples as you go through the slides. As an example, previous test scores, ideal scores matched to their sort of level and age or gender. If you have access to that and you want to include it, you're more than welcome to, but really the focus here is to make sure that you guys have the ability to present data from a test set that is reliable, scientifically sound, and effective for coaches and athletes to understand. Awesome. We'll see you in the feedback session. Bring lots of questions and enjoy it. Work hard. Thanks.